Wake up and you'll find that the global IQ is dropped by 1,000 times. The once universally known 99 multiplication table has become the world's most difficult math problems. 1 minute? Just 1 minute. A serious expression appeared on Luo Wenhao's face, followed by a relaxed one. Qin Feng, I said it at 1 minute considering your intelligence. Can't let you lose too badly, right? Hee, if you can do it in 1 minute, then I can do it too. If I can't do it, can you? Luo Wenhao laughed. Luo Wenhao, you can't underestimate him. During the exam, he finished the entire paper in just 10 seconds. Principal Yang worriedly said, not wanting to guard the restroom. Luo Wenhao had been wearing headphones during the exam and naturally didn't know that Qin Feng only took 10 seconds. How is that possible? 10 seconds? The set of questions just now only took 10 seconds? Shock appeared on Luo Wenhao's face. We all saw it, he fell asleep in just 10 seconds. Principal Yang worriedly spoke. So what? That's just a coincidence, he's just lucky. Shock disappeared from Luo Wenhao's face immediately. You can't underestimate him. Principal Yang continued to worry and advise. Host, one question is ready, 1 minute. Please go to the exam room. The host's voice sounded at this moment. Humph, one question and you'll guard the restroom for a lifetime. Luo Wenhao stood up first and walked towards the exam area. Qin Feng smiled helplessly, stood up, and walked towards the exam area. Qin Feng, good luck. The director believes in you. Director Ma slowly spoke as he watched Qin Feng's figure go further away. After experiencing these events, Director Ma had confidence in Qin Feng. I'm so excited, today's competition is so exciting. Who will win? Of course, it's the black guy. The surrounding onlookers speculated one after another. Luo Qingchuan looked at Qin Feng's figure, with a hint of unusual meaning in her eyes. Morong Bowen was not buried in his books at this time, but raised his head with interest to watch the competition between the two. Host, referees, distribute the test papers. The exam time is 1 minute. As soon as the words fell, the referees handed the test papers to the two. Qin Feng helplessly looked at the question on the test paper, 26 plus 64-35 equals? In just 1 second, Qin Feng wrote a big 55 on the paper. Then he turned his head and stared at Luo Wenhao. This time, neither of them wore headphones. Luo Wenhao saw the question and instantly broke out in a cold sweat on his forehead. Feeling Qin Feng's gaze, Luo Wenhao also turned to look at Qin Feng. You finished writing already. Luo Wenhao looked at Qin Feng in astonishment. You haven't finished writing yet? Qin Feng retorted, Humph. You just randomly wrote a number. What's with the arrogance? After speaking, Luo Wenhao immediately turned his head and started calculating the answer. Oh my god. He finished writing in just 1 second? Just a randomly written number? He actually only took 1 second? The people outside the field were all amazed at how Qin Feng wrote the answer in just 1 second. The leaders sitting in the leadership seats were also shocked and looked at Qin Feng. Luo Qingchuan looked at Qin Feng with an incredulous expression. There are still 10 seconds left, have you finished writing? Qin Feng calmly asked Luo Wenhao. Luo Wenhao didn't have the energy to pay attention to Qin Feng. Sweat dripped from his forehead, turning into large drops that fell onto the test paper. You've been coveting the position in Qingshan district for a long time, huh? Qin Feng calmly spoke on the side. Luo Wenhao frowned, clearly hearing what Qin Feng said, but he didn't have any extra energy to deal with Qin Feng. His fingers quickly calculated on the draft paper. Host, time's up. Candidates, stop writing. At this moment, Luo Wenhao finally wrote the answer on the test paper. Humph, this time, I will definitely beat you. He looked at Qin Feng with a smug expression. Qin Feng smiled and didn't say anything. He stood up and left the examination room. Luo Wenhao also stood up and left. Host, please wait a moment, the answers will be released soon. Qin Feng returned to his seat, and Director Ma was happily reporting Qin Feng's news to the president of Nanshan University with a playful smile on his face. A whole exclamation came from the other end of the phone, and Director Ma didn't put it on speakerphone, but he could still hear it clearly. Qin Feng shook his head helplessly. Hello, I am the secretary of the leader. The leader wants to keep your contact information. Just then, a girl wearing a white top and a black skirt appeared in front of Qin Feng. Director Ma looked towards the leadership seats and saw the deputy mayor smiling at him. Director Ma immediately understood. Of course, I must leave my contact information. Director Ma smiled and wrote a series of numbers for the girl in front of him, obviously his own number. Then I'll leave now. After receiving the number, the girl politely replied and left. Unlike other girls, she didn't dislike the position in Qingshan district and didn't leave while covering her nose. Just this alone gave Qin Feng a perfect impression of her. Qin Feng, The president is happy to know that you won first place. He will come back tomorrow to see you. Now, even the city leaders are asking for your contact information. Your future is limitless. Our Nanshan Elementary School will no longer be at the bottom. Director Ma said excitedly. The president will come tomorrow? Xin Feng asked with some confusion. Our Nanshan Elementary School finally produced a genius. The president will rush back tomorrow, showing how much he values you. Director Ma said excitedly. Xin Feng felt helpless, but he also felt a bit of anticipation. He hadn't met the president yet. Host, the competition results are out. Just then, the host's voice rang out on the stage. Xin Feng, I've decided to participate in the city competition. Luo Wenhao looked at Xin Feng triumphantly. Host, this time, there were 2 questions. Who should I announce the scores for first? The host pretended to ponder. The host is so long-winded. An expert at teasing people's curiosity, huh? Host, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Let me announce the scores first. Host, the scores are full marks and 0. Ha! It's expected that someone who wrote the answer in 1 second would get a score of 0. Luo Wenhao couldn't contain his joy. As expected, he was just lucky before. The toilet guard will guard the toilet for a lifetime. If they don't guard the toilet, I won't be used to going to the toilet. You guys are making me laugh to death. There was another round of mockery from the surroundings. Xin Feng felt helpless. Who could understand the feeling of competing with a group of idiots? Host, let's first announce the score of the champion of our elite competition. Host, what are you doing? Isn't it just 0? Xingshan district is so funny. The competition in the city, I can go, even a toilet attendant has the nerve? Luo Wenhao looked proudly at Xin Feng. Host, Xin Feng scored 2 points. Shocked. The whole audience was shocked once again. If the last time was just luck, just a coincidence, then this time. Everyone widened their eyes, their mouths could fit an egg. Stupidly staring at Xin Feng, except for Principal Ma who was slightly better. How is this possible? He only took 1 second. How could he get it right? Luo Wenhao walked around like a frightened mouse, muttering to himself. Oh my god, the madman got a perfect score? Does that mean the black guy got 0 points? How is this possible? Morong Bowen looked at Xin Feng in shock. The only person who could make Morong Bowen lose control of his emotions was Xin Feng. You're only in 1st grade? Morong Bowen couldn't recognize himself asking. To be honest, our Xin Feng just moved up from kindergarten to 1st grade a few days ago. Principal Ma proudly looked at everyone. Everyone was shocked once again. Geniuses can skip grades, but his actual grade is kindergarten? A few days ago, he just moved up from kindergarten and the questions are already this difficult? Everyone in the room was shocked, including the leaders sitting in the leadership seats. You lost, so from now on, you're from Haibei district, right? Sit here and pick up seashells. Xin Feng spoke slowly. You. Luo Wenhao's face turned red and then green. He began to regret his decision. Principal Yang stood awkwardly in place, wishing he could find a hole to crawl into. An hour ago, the embarrassed person was Principal Ma from Qingshan district, but unexpectedly, an hour later, the embarrassed person became Principal Yang. Host, since Haibei district lost, their position will now be in the location where Qingshan district is currently located. Qingshan district will be in the middle. Upon hearing this, Luo Wenhao plopped back onto the sofa. An hour ago he was mocking the toilet attendant, but now he had become one himself. Let's go. Xin Feng urged the principal. At this moment, no one dared to mock Xin Feng in the room. They watched as he left. The principal happily followed Xin Feng, leaving the elite competition venue with a proud look on his face. The people present at the scene were taken aback by everything that happened today. It happened too suddenly and they hadn't fully reacted yet. Mrs. Lin, help me get his contact information. Luo Qingchuan stared at Xin Feng's departing figure. The middle-aged woman beside her looked surprised, then nodded silently. Luo Wenhao looked at Xin Feng's departing figure, filled with unwillingness in his heart. Outside the venue. Xin Feng, you are my god. The immortal of my Nanshan Middle School. Principal Ma's excited expression never stopped. When will I get the prize money? Xin Feng sighed helplessly. Don't worry, I'll definitely give it to you before tonight. Maybe the principal will reward you tomorrow. Principal Ma couldn't stop smiling happily. The two of them left the venue and got into the car. Inside the car. Xin Feng, you are the pride of our Nanshan Elementary School. Great. Let's go back and see who dares to look down on us. Principal Ma couldn't stop smiling. Xin Feng shook his head helplessly. The car sped along the road and soon arrived at Xin Feng's home. Rest well, I'll transfer the money to your card later. Principal Ma said eagerly before rushing back to school. Xin Feng walked back, and as soon as he reached the first floor, he saw a familiar figure. Xin Feng was stunned for a moment. Biao Yi, you're finally back. Didn't the elite competition end a long time ago? Why are you here so late? Biao Yi looked up and asked. There was overtime. Xin Feng coldly replied. What? What place did you get? Biao Yi was somewhat surprised. Xin Feng, I think it's first place. Damn! Awesome! You actually got first place. You really brought face to our Qingshan district.